Hey guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm doing a commentary battle on the Illyrian Valley. This is a Germania versus Rome battle. I am the Germans, and my opponent is Zandarin of the RoTW clan or something. Anyways, let's look at his army first. He has 4 archer auxilia, 4 urban cohorts, and it looks like 6 town watch. In case you're wondering, this is only a 6,000 denarii game. That's why his army looks so small and poor. If you look at my army, I'll show you what I have. I've got a Gothic cavalry squadron right here. I've got a chosen archer warband right here, and they're already shooting. And I have a chosen axeman unit out here in the open. Yeah, this map really sucks for the host, because the host starts out here, and the guest player gets to deploy on top of this hill. So I'm lucky my opponent didn't decide to park his army up here, but that's pretty damn cheap. So yeah, this is a 6,000 denarii game, that's why our armies are so poor looking. And we're exchanging missile fire right now. I've got this unit down to 58, and this one's down to 66. And I'll be working on this one pretty soon too. So we're just gonna exchange missile fire. By the way, I also have another force of Germans, and I put them out in the forest, just in case he deployed his army up this hill. I have my other guys out here, and they're gonna come out of the forest. And since he didn't deploy top of the hill, I'm going to cut him off. So if he decides to go up the hill, he won't have a chance to anymore. He's going to move forward, so this means I can put him in a pincer movement now. There's this town watch. Anyways, I don't really have any German heroes to be inspired by from the ancient time period. Sure, you have people like Herman the German, but my inspiration would come from more modern times, from World War II, namely Erwin Rommel. He's one of my favorite tacticians from the modern times. He was a very crafty general, kind of like, I guess, the Belisarius and Hannibal of his time. He used up really crappy troops to gain the upper hand against his opponents. And he always loved to attack. Even when he didn't know what was in front of him, he still attacked. And this sometimes caused bigger armies to rout before his smaller, crappy army. And one of the biggest criticisms of Rommel was that he attacked too much, and he was very reckless. But actually, look at those traits as very admirable, because that's kind of like Alexander the Great, always attacking. So yes, Erwin Rommel. Alright, so here comes my other force of here, my other force of Germans. And my guys are going to taunt them. Let me translate what they're saying. They're saying, "You guys suck, you have all that armor on." I'm being shot at by his archers. And my guys are down to 51 men in this particular unit of axemen. And I got these guys coming in too. So I'm going to attack from different sides here. This is classic German stuff. So I'm going to pour down here onto his town watch. Hopefully when they rout, it'll pour into his urbans, and that'll cause a break in the morale. And I'm also going to pincer this first urban cohort unit. This particular unit of chosen axemen routed already, because they only had like 30 troops, and they were getting shot at with arrows, so they didn't last very long. Meanwhile, I struck with my barbarian cavalry. I routed some town watch there. Now I'm coming in on this side too, with my Gothic cavalry. They are the my elite units in my army, and they're going after some archers right now. I want to scare the archers away because the archers are actually slaughtering my axemen right now. So I have to use my best unit to chase them away, at least in the meantime. So I routed this unit of urban cohorts. That was a blessing there. Now I'm going after these urbans. And here comes my barbarian cavalry, smacking into this town watch. I don't want them coming back into the fight. So, I'm using my axes against these urbans here. As you can see, a lot of his troops are routing. I mean, they're routing, yes, but they're also rallying back. But I don't think he even sees them. He's too preoccupied with the slaughter in the middle here. He's very concerned about his urban routing. And with good reason, too. Here comes my Gothic cavalry now. They've come back from chasing those archers. And they just did a hammer and anvil blow on those urban cohorts there. And that was the bulk of his army right there I just routed. He's got some archer auxiliary right here shooting at me. But just behind them I have my chosen archers shooting at them. So my axemen have been doing a lot of damage. Anyways, I've routed his general already. So that'll help with my morale. And I'm going to chase those guys into the forest there. While I'm doing that, I'm going to regather my troops, because I see these guys as being a problem for me. But they still have a healthy amount of people. There's 4 town watch and there's 1 unit of urban cohort still. That's still pretty considerable, considering that my guys are depleted now, and they're also very tired from all that running they had to do. So over on this side, this is kind of interesting. If you watch these town watch right here, they're gonna route. Like, let's see, when is it? There it is. They route, and I don't even think they came into contact with anybody. They just routed for the heck of it. I mean, they're surrounded on all sides, but they chickened out. So he's bringing in the bulk of his town watch now and his urban cohort unit back there. I'm gonna taunt them, and then I'm gonna engage him. This is kind of a clumsy attack he just made, but he's probably hoping for the weight of his numbers to crash through those axemen. But it was kind of a sloppy attack. It's alright. Anyways, I'm going to charge in from the rear with my Gothic cavalry into his urbans while they were throwing their pila, and I routed them. And that was great for me. And these guys were destroyed too. All of his town watch. So you can see all those missiles falling on me. Some of those were my archers, but most of them were his. He still has 2 archer auxiliary out in the forest here, taking shots at me. But I'm going to deal with his conventional army first before I deal with his missile type units. So I'm going to charge into him with my cavalry here. And my opponent admitted defeat at this point. So that was it, thankfully. That was a heroic victory. I had 993 kills with 213 men surviving. And Zandarin of the RoTW clan, I think, had 350 kills with 135 men remaining. Good game to Zandarin, and I hope you guys enjoyed this battle on the Illyrian Valley.